Nico Stuts.
I hate to do this, but it's Stuts.
Stoots. How come everyone calls you Stuts?
Because I never correct anyone. Because I hate. Don't you see those assholes that are like, oh, it's not Andre, it's Andre. You know,
Yes.
I hate those assholes.
You don't want to be that guy.
I don't want to be that guy. So I kind of let it fly, but at some point I've got to put my foot down and go,
right now's the time.
right now's the time. So anyone, are you fucking open mic hosts, right? It's not Stuts, it's Stoots.
Nico Stoots.
Stoots, yeah.
I've been saying your wrong name forever.
Yeah. I mean, so a lot of people have. A lot of people have it. Stoots.
Well, it looks like Stuts.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. I thought about spelling it different somehow, but I wouldn't know how to, like, add an extra U.
Stoots. But
That
that'd be
looks weird.
Stoots.
That'd be weird, though.
Stoots.
And the thing is, though,
it looks stupid.
in England, it was that, and it was Stoots. So
Yeah, because you guys talk weird.
Yeah, we talk real. You know, it's the real English.
I mean, I guess you guys invented it.
Yeah, we did invent the English. The English, like, mate, listen to this, right? Speaking of Americans not knowing English. When I first moved to America, I moved to Georgia, right? I went to college there. And
where'd you go?
some bullshit Division II Christians college.
Nice.
Right, in Rome, Georgia, right?
Okay.
Nothing like Rome, Italy, as you can imagine. Right. And I went there and it was like real Christian. And one of the first days, this girl, I'm not going to say her name, because but she's from Alabama, right? And she was like, oh, you're from England, right? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, so before you came here, did you have to learn English? And I was like,
my
what?
God.
I was like, what? I looked at her like, what?
Oh my
Like, what?
God.
I swear to God, I'm not even making this up to sound funny and to make fun of Americans. I love America. America's a great country. But this, honestly, it was, I looked at her like, are you fucking, I can tell she was like, honestly.
There are people out there like that.
She's now a lawyer, I saw on Facebook. Yeah. In Alabama.
My God.
Which makes sense. What are you going to do?
There's no way she learned Latin.
Shit.
Yeah, we got Stoots going nuts over here. Wow. How do you even think? First of all, it's called England.
Yeah. I mean, that's 2 and 2 is 4.
It's almost,
yeah, that's 2 and 2 is 4. I don't know where she got 7 from,
That's unbelievable.
But
wait, when did you come here? You came here
2013, August 2013. I'll be here 11 years in August.
Wow.
Yeah, long fucking time.
Almost longer than you were in England.
Yeah, no, definitely longer than I've been in England, because I grew up in Spain a lot of my childhood as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So
why are you bouncing around so much?
my dad was a drug dealer.
Actually?
No.
I don't know. I don't know what you guys do out there.
No. I used to say that all the time when I was younger when they asked me. But no, he's not. I don't know why the fuck we moved. But we moved a lot.
Wow.
Yeah. So I lived in Spain. Yeah. So I mean, apart from Spain, I think America's the place I've lived the most. Yeah. But
Good.
But so I bounced around. But so I've been here since August 2013.
Well, we love having you here.
Thank you. I love being here. America,
Thank God.
Best country on earth. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding.
Me either. Let's go.
No. You mean you
USA, baby.
Absolutely.
Wait, so how long did you live in Georgia? So you were there for 4 years?
3 years. Didn't graduate.
Did you do comedy there?
No, never did comedy. Never thought about comedy. And then I moved to Tampa after. I lived in Florida for like 3 years.
Tampa.
I'm going to Tampa, Florida. Tampa, yeah. So
I love Tampa.
Tampa's
actually.
cool.
It's great.
Tampa's fun.
It's a great place.
Talk about a place that's got drinking. By the way, these pussies in California give Florida a bad rep. Florida's sick. Florida's fun.
Florida rules. Yeah, people in California don't party. Like, they don't go out. Like, I came up, like, I'm from Chicago, like, everybody in Chicago, like, what, like, there's not even a question. Like, every weekend, what do we do? We're going out. We're going to the bar. We're going. Here, everyone's like, well, I might smoke some weed and just chill. Like, okay.
But the thing is, though,
nobody parties here.
Yeah, but you're right. And even if they do go out, it's not partying. It's like, it's like posing. It's like everyone's good looking. It's like, you're good looking already.
Well, they want to be seen.
Yeah. But like, why you keep checking your phone? You look good. We see you. You look good. Stop checking yourself. We see it.
Here's my hypothesis about LA. Like, people that move to LA.
Please.
I think these people were all like, growing up, were always like the dork. Like, they got like maybe bullied a little bit, maybe like didn't really have friends, didn't know how to talk to people. But then they grew up out of their, like, they were whatever weird teenager. They grew up and they just looked in the mirror one day like, I'm actually good looking.
Yeah.
So they move out to LA because they think they can be an actor.
Yeah.
Or a model or whatever they want to do.
Or comedian.
But no, that's for that's for us ugly people.
Yeah.
The ugly ones like us. We move.
Yeah.
But no, so then they get out here and they just don't know how to talk. They don't know how to deal. They don't know how to talk to people. They don't know how to. They don't know how to make a friend because they never have had them.
Yeah.
So they're very into themselves. And
interesting.
That's
interesting hypothesis.
That's really.
I can see there's a degree of that. Yeah, absolutely.
It's so weird out here. These people out here are so.
But there is a lot of people that have been moved here and have always been good looking and are very narcissistic, and they came in because that's where all the other narcissists are.
I mean, it's like a magnet.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
Exactly. It's the commercials. It's, everyone goes to the pink wall, gets the Instagram photo.
Oh, yeah.
Melrose, the Paul Smith.
Oh, it's with the wings.
The wings.
It's
You go down to the LACMA, you get those photos.
Oh, you got to in front of those street lights,
yeah,
whatever that is.
Exactly, yeah. It's like you're not in front of the Great Wall of China. You know what I mean? Like what the fuck?
Whatever that thing is, I have no idea.
Yeah, it's so basic. And you put a bunch of street lights.
And all the pictures that you get are terrible because there's 20 people in the background doing the exact same thing.
Exactly.
It's so obnoxious.
Exactly. I hate things that are like everyone does them. It's like you just go to it because it's like the thing to do. And I guess we all do it to a degree.
I was going to say, like, I'm definitely guilty of that.
No, but in other things. But like to go and get a photo where you go somewhere where everyone's been, it's not anywhere cool.
Somewhere
either.
lame. It's not.
It's not the Empire State Building. You know what I mean? It's like you're posting that.
Well, LA, speaking of Empire State, like downtown LA is like when I first moved here, I moved here in 2015. And my friend, he was like, I was staying with him, but he was like, I'm not in my apartment right now. Just meet me, my girlfriend's, and she lived downtown. So I was like, okay. And I go down, like I'm expecting to pay like $40 an hour to park. I'm like, oh God, I'm broke. I didn't have a job. I just moved here.
$40 an hour. Jesus.
Well, downtown's nice, everywhere else.
Oh, I see. I see what you mean.
I go to downtown LA. There was a homeless guy living in the back of my car before I got out of it. It's such a dump.
Yeah, it is.
Like downtown Chicago is where you go. It's like nice. Like you get the expensive shopping on Michigan Avenue.
Yeah.
Like
I see what you mean.
The steakhouses.
Yeah.
Like you go downtown, like, and you're ready to spend like money.
Yeah.
Here,
you're out in the town, ready to go. You put your cologne on, you're dressed up. Yeah.
Here you got Skid Row. It's such a joke. This place
it's a shame because if you got rid of all the fucking homeless people, it'd be beautiful.
That's the problem.
It'd be great.
California is like one of the most beautiful places on earth.
Exactly. But
best climate. I mean, that's why all the homeless people are here. Like, I would never want to be homeless in Chicago.
Oh yeah,
just if I was homeless, I'd just start walking in LA.
Yeah,
you'll get there eventually.
That's why they all come in. I mean, a lot of the people that are homeless came here to be actors. and it didn't work out.
Well, they're all on Hollywood Boulevard dressed as fat Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't stand.
Out of shape.
I can't see
the Hulk smash. Yeah.
When I see those guys, and then they like make you take a picture, and then they charge you $20. Like,
yeah, it's a joke. I saw that in New York. This woman had it in Times Square with her tits out. She's like, "You want to take a photo? Tits out." I'm like, "Fuck it, I'll take a photo."
Yeah, I was going to say I might have paid for that.
Yeah. I know, that's $10. I went, "What?" I went, "Yeah, $10."
Were they good?
No, she was like 106. She was doing it, but it was like kind of iconic. I forgot what her name was. I've got the photo somewhere, but it was like she's one of these women that is like that's how she makes her living. That's how she pays her mortgage, just getting her tits out in Times Square.
She couldn't get hired by any strip club.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so she just did it on her own.
She was past the strip club age. She was getting on a bit. It was almost like it was like a little bit sad, but at the same time kind of cool and iconic. It's like there's a story behind it. She's got a story. I like stories.
I would love.
I love stories.
I would love to talk to her.
Yeah.
I would just talk like that. Like I love to hear about what people do.
Yeah, exactly.
Because everybody's got their own.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's got their own how they got to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So you were in Georgia, went to Tampa.
Went to Tampa.
You went for spring break once, and you're like, I'm staying here.
No, my friend. I mean, I didn't know. No, I went to where did I go? I went to the Bahamas for spring break one time. That was cool.
Nice.
On a cruise. Yeah, they put 5 of us in a room. That was fun. It's just people are boozing, people are fucking.
So fun.
I remember I was on there, and there was I remember this one time there was this married woman, these 2 married women that came on, right? Their husbands sent them on a cruise to get away or whatever, and these women were fucking.
Bad move.
These women were fucking everyone. Yeah. It was insane. Right?
Bad move.
Not smart, not tactical. So yeah, it was like a fuck fest it was like a fuck fest, and obviously you know what they're like, these buffets on there.
Oh yeah,
everyone's £1,000. You know what I mean? It's just stuff your face. It's but it was fun. It was very fun. It was very fun. And we stop off on some of the islands over there, and it was cool. So I did that one year, and then one year I went to Panama City for spring break.
PCB.
PCB.
I never went on spring break, but everybody.
Really? You went to college though?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
I went to the University of Illinois, and everybody. PCB was huge, and then there was another place in Texas, but it was called like it was called San Pedro, maybe.
Is that like San Pedro Island or something like that. Yeah.
But I thought it was like in Mexico. And oh no, it's in Texas.
I mean, it used to be Mexico.
yeah, it's true.
America.
Let's go.
No, but why didn't you ever go? What?
I don't know, because I don't have the cash. I never knew how people got money to go. Like my parents would never be like, "Yeah, here's money to go get shit faced and bang chicks."
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
like, my parents would never do that.
Yeah.
And like I didn't have the money.
That makes sense. When I think back now, how I had money most of the time, I can't. It doesn't even make sense. It was very cheap at the time, but I think I coached a little bit of soccer on the side, and then But still, even then, fuck. But yeah, PCB was good. I got arrested in PCB.
Oh god.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah. Scrapping. Drunk idiot. We fought these other. Or I did anyway, my other friend, these other English guys, they went to a different college. It's like we met up and like we were hanging out at first, it was fine, and then one of the guys knew my friend and they were talking, and then he was like, this guy said, I like you, but I don't like you, talking to me. And I'm like, who the fuck what's this guy's problem? And I couldn't let it go at that time. I couldn't let it go.
Yeah.
I've had a couple cocktails.
Of course.
Yeah.
Totally get it.
And then I've gone up, I've hit him. Someone's hit me. It's all been a big thing, and then we ended up in the back of the we ended up in the back of like this big van or something. It was me and him.
The paddy wagon.
The paddy wagon. Great word, by the way. Paddy wagon. And it was great. I mean, no. It was a great story. Sorry.
Yes.
So we went to jail, and I ended up staying for like 2 nights in there. It was tough. We couldn't see the. We had to see the judge. We had to wait, and
because you got arrested on a Friday.
Yeah,
probably.
Exactly. It was one of the exactly. It's one of these bullshit days. And I was in there, mate, and we were in with like the petty crime. So it wasn't really anyone serious, but like there were like 60 bunks in there, right? You know what I mean? And on the other side was the heavy hitters. You could tell. Those crazy motherfuckers, right? Because I remember one time, that time, I was like cut up because I've been arrested 4 times, but that was my last time. I was cut up from the fight, and I had to go into the middle. So like, say this was our like big holding cell, and that was their cell because they suited us up. I was suited. It wasn't
really?
This wasn't like an overnight thing. We showered. They suited
like the orange jumpsuit.
The orange jumpsuit, the whole thing. Yeah. We were in there, mate. Exactly. But I had to go into the middle thing, which is separating the 2 rooms, and to see the medic. And I went in, they all like pierced up to the screen, like, get the fuck back in the room. Get the fuck back in there, screaming at me, and I'm fucking shitting myself, getting tended to my wound, right? Oh, it was awful.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, at the time, horrible. Now,
great story.
Yeah, great story.
Did you win the fight?
I did. It was weird because there were a lot of people involved. I won my individual one. My individual.
Sure, yeah.
They say you got to win your individual battles.
Yes.
In sports.
Totally.
Win your individual battles. You know what I mean?
Get it, yeah.
I won the individual battle, but then a few of his teammates got involved, and I might have, not seen one coming, and then it got a bit messy. The police got involved, But fucking good time.
England on England violence.
I know. In America.
I love it.
At PCB. It was the night, was that that night? I think it was a night Conor McGregor lost to Nate Diaz.
I was going to ask you about that. So you were just trying to fight.
I mean, I'm sure we're in Buffalo Wild Wings. It's like, I'm 21, you're seeing tits, you're seeing fights, your testosterone's all over the place, You want to fuck, you want to fight, you don't know what you want to do, you don't know where to go.
Oh, that rules.
Yeah.
As an Englander, do you like McGregor or no?
I love. I mean, McGregor's a pioneer for MMA.
I love him.
He's a
him
fucking
so much.
pioneer. I mean, you're Irish. You know what I mean? Yeah. You fucking love him.
I love him
what I mean?
so much. I did wear my Paul McCartney sweatshirt for you.
That's I appreciate it.
Even though it's St. Patrick's month, I wore this for you.
When did it become a month? Everything's a month now. It used to be a day. Now you guys are getting a month.
No, it's not a month to anybody else but me.
Oh, I see. I see.
I'm the one announcing that it's a month.
I see. Okay, yeah.
But no, so you are. Yeah, he's.
No,
he's fantastic.
he's the man. I mean, now he's lost the plot a little bit, but like, rightly so. He's a billionaire or a high millionaire.
Yeah.
He's coked up. He's having fun. You know what I mean? He's doing his thing.
Do you think he's gonna fight again?
I think so, but I just don't know when.
I don't know.
I mean, it's just sad because he was the man. Like, he was like invincible.
That was the best thing about him.
It was a bit embarrassing though when he did Dustin Poirier's second fight, when he was like talking about, he's like sat there with a broken leg talking about his wife and shit.
Yeah,
like, that's what put me off a little bit. But what are you gonna do?
Well, but he kept the same attitude, but he just couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
See, the best part about him was that, first of all, that he was Irish, like that accent, like hilarious accent, and he just talking the most shit.
Yeah.
But then he goes in and murders. He goes in and just dominates. That was the best thing about it. Same thing with Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey was so fun to watch. Because she would just talk so much garbage and then murder.
Yeah. People appreciate someone that when you talk shit and back it up.
Exactly.
It's like, all right, fair enough.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a blast.
It's also fun when someone talks shit and they lose.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, how about Mike Tyson about to fight Jake Paul? You saw that?
Mate, what's happening to the world? Huh?
What's going on?
Crazy.
What do you think? Okay, so obviously the entire world wants Mike Tyson to win.
Of course.
Jake Paul's gonna win. Probably.
Mate, Jake's so much younger. And Jake's been boxing a while. He can fight. He can scrap.
Good.
He's decent.
He's actually a good fighter.
He's not like boxing elite level, but anyone outside of that, like MMA guys will beat up in boxing at his weight. Because he was always fighting MMA guys that were like a lot lighter than him as well, you know. So, mate, whatever. I tell you what, the Paul brothers, for me, because I used to hate on them. I like the Kardashians.
So did I.
I like the Kardashians.
Same.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
It's like, I feel like, what the fuck? Look what these idiots are doing this, that. But like, they're like a dynasty. They're just cranking it out. They're cranking money in, entertainment. They're doing the thing. It's
100%.
And it's almost like a parody of life. Life is just bullshit. It's all fantasy, made up stuff. And they're just going, fuck it. We're going to have fun with this made up reality.
Right?
Yeah. It's great.
I could not agree with you more.
Yeah.
Both Kardashians.
Yes.
And the Paul brothers. I was like, who are these fucking?
Yeah.
But then, like, they're just like, when they first came out, I thought, I got you, brother.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
When they both first came out, I was like, okay, well, we're not. I mean, we're not going to hear about
cringe,
them again.
Kind of cool, but we've all been cringe. We've all been calling it. What are you going to do?
But they're around forever. Like, they just stick around. And then, I mean, Logan Paul is in like WWE, which is hilarious.
Yeah, by the way, have you seen him on there?
I have not.
Bro, like, kind of good.
Really?
Like, jumping off the ropes, athletic, showmanship, kind of like...
That's great.
And I'm not a WWE guy. I was thinking some fake shit, but as I've gotten older, similarly to the Kardashian Jake Paul, I appreciate it more for the spectacle that it is. He's actually kind of fucking good at it.
That's fun.
Kind of good. I'm just going to take my jacket off. I'm kind of hot.
Yeah.
These fucking headphones. I feel like I'm underwater. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm a scuba diver.
Yeah, I don't know. I want Mike. I see Jake Paul has way more to prove than Mike Tyson does, and that's why I think Jake Paul's going to win.
I mean,
also Mike Tyson's 57 years old, so
I bet he can still crack though.
Of course he can.
When is it? Is it soon?
It's July. I want to say maybe July 16th or 19th, something like that.
He's got time to get in shape. He's
57.
Mate.
He's like that's
mate, you can't tell me this isn't a simulation. This is nuts.
Right?
The way life's evolved to this time in life when Jake Paul's fighting Mike Tyson is insane.
And Mike Tyson agrees to it.
Yeah, exactly. To be fair, Logan fought Floyd Mayweather.
Oh yeah, that was such a lame fight. Though.
Yeah, it was.
I watched it. So like, also when Mike Tyson fought who did he fight? He fought Roy Jones Jr. Like a couple years ago. It was horrible fight.
It was like a friendly. It was gay. It was whatever.
Yeah, it was horrible. Mike Tyson afterwards, he's like, "Yeah, I smoked weed before. I don't know." Whatever.
Yeah, you can give.
That was terrible.
I don't know why Mike's doing it. Mike's in a space now. He's podcasting. He's smoking weed.
Yeah, he doesn't need
he's like
to
this
do
like
it.
mellow guy. Why are you getting back in there for this?
Exactly. Unless he's been like secretly training and is about to just pummel him. That's like that's the only way I could see him agreeing to the fight. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Like because Mike Tyson doesn't want to. Like he won't lose. Like he's got a mindset that he won't lose. So I can't.
But, like that's gonna be your legacy. Your last fight is against Jake
Exactly.
Paul, really?
Or he knocks. I mean, the fix got to be in. Something about it.
Yeah. Something's off. I mean, big cash grab, big money thing. It's on Netflix. Did you see that? It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix.
Oh, the fight is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not even pay-per-view, which is great.
Mm.
Oh, you saw your boy Anthony Joshua the other day.
Yeah, he knocked out Ngannou.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big time. Yeah.
I want to see that. I want to see that fat guy come back.
Which fat guy?
That guy that beat up Anthony Joshua.
Ruiz? Yeah, bro.
That was great.
The Mexican guy?
Oh, I loved it.
Like, you see him down the street, like, serving you tacos and a burrito. And he just fucking can crack.
I loved it.
Anthony Ruiz, I think.
Yeah, it was. It was for sure. Oh, that was so funny.
I want to see Joshua fight Fury now. They've been talking about it for years. Let's get it going. No, Anthony Joshua?
No, Tommy Fury. The younger Fury or Tyson?
Tyson. Joshua? Okay. Anthony Joshua?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be Tommy.
I mean, Tyson, I think Tyson Fury will murder him.
Really? I don't know about murder.
Okay, see, I think that Anthony Joshua, like just watching him, he is perfect form. He's like exactly how you
a robot, isn't he?
Yes. He's like exactly how you would teach somebody to fight.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like he's got like good he's exactly like perfect form, but
he got coached where like Tyson was born. You know what I mean? Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. I see what you mean. But it still needs to happen because there's been a lot of shit talking over the years.
Yeah.
For it not to happen. Especially like Tyson. I mean, I'm sure he didn't train for the Ngannou fight, but arguably he lost against Ngannou. That shit.
Yeah.
And then obviously Josh was just knocked out Ngannou.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. He's an MMA fighter. You know what you're gonna do.
And by the way, for people that don't know, you were an wait, hold on one sec, actually, because you said you sound like you're underwater.
Yeah.
Is your headphones not working?
I fucking hope so.
Switch headphones with me, and like, does it sound like that? Like when you talk into the mic, can you hear it? It's that better.
The same.
Same? Oh,
yeah.
All right. I want to make sure that it was on.
Oh no, it's on.
Oh, it's on.
It's just. I'm just not used to that, mate. To be fair, in my podcast, we don't have headphones. And I think, it helps because sometimes we talk over each other. Yeah, but with the headphones, it stops you from
100%. You can hear exactly.
Yeah, maybe we need to figure it out with the headphones. But I'm just not used to them. You know, my ears are hot.
I know the ears getting hot as well.
Yeah.
Oh no. So okay, that's what I was gonna say. So. For those of you that don't know, Nico Stuts is a.
Thank you.
See what I did there?
I like that. You got it right.
He is he's MMA fighter. Do you still fight?
No, I do not. But I did for a while. I'm when I was in Florida. Yeah.
I mean, that'll bring the MMA.
That'll
bring the MMA out of anybody.
Yeah.
That was your first fight. When you got arrested.
No. I'd fought a few times before that. It's so funny because before I started training, I'd get in drunk fights like that. I got arrested a few times for fighting, and just like an arsehole ego shit. But when I started training, I'll never fight again on the street unless someone.
Yeah, because you'll murder somebody.
Not even that. It's just so dumb. It's like there's no point to it. It was posturing, especially on a night out. When you go out, it's just 21-year-olds. It's just ego, testosterone, posturing for the females.
There's
not getting any pussy. Well, I'm gonna fight. You know what I mean? It's bullshit.
There's no reason for it.
Yeah. It's no reason for it. And especially now when I started training, you get humbled a few times when you get fucked up at the gym and you realize, motherfuckers know what they're doing out here.
I can't even imagine.
You don't even know what some people are capable of. So it's just pointless. But it was good though. But I loved it. It was a cool story in my life. And when I think back to it now, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I can't believe I did that. Do you know what I mean? I was getting in the cage in my underwear, scrapping motherfuckers.
I can't believe. I mean, I can't even imagine doing that ever.
Yeah. Mate, I was living on the floor of a gym.
Wow.
Yeah. Like it was a whole Rocky thing. Yeah.
But you're like, I was just gonna say,
training 3 times a day. Yeah.
Like the first time I watched Rocky, I was like, I'm gonna be Rocky. That's about as far as my fighting career went.
Yeah.
I thought that after watching Rocky, like just like everybody did.
Yeah.
But you lived it.
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, I fucking went for it. To be fair, it was good. It was a wild period, but I sometimes think because my last fight was a loss. I sometimes think maybe I want one more, just to get a win.
Why not?
Before I get too old, I'm 30. I'm still in shape. If I have like 6 months training, I might have one more.
Yeah, I mean, you still have 27 more years. Mike Tyson.
Yeah, you're right.
Mike Tyson's coming back.
Maybe in 27 years, I might fight Jake Paul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's some sort of thing. Yeah. So, but yeah, mate, it was cool though.
How did you get into it? What was your first fight like? What's like?
Mate, my first fight, it was because I'd watched McGregor. So McGregor obviously got me into it, right?
That's how you started watching him.
Yeah. I watched McGregor, and he was the man. And I used to play soccer in college. Soccer was my whole life. It was my passion. Football, for any English people watching, which is not many, but in this show,
not yet.
Yeah, not yet. You're right. There we go. And then I dropped out of college, and then I started partying in Miami. Right, my friend lived in Miami at the time. He had a sugar mama.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, he had a sugar mama. That, like, husband had sold his company for $40 million. And he met her, like, she'd take us out in Miami, steakhouses, $500 dinners. We're getting starters. We're getting, the fucking porterhouse. We're getting the ribeyes. We're getting the dessert. Then we're going to Club Live.
Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Bottle service. She's handing out hundreds. We're going into the bathroom. Few fucking lines of cocaine. Yeah, she took us to the Bahamas one time, mate. She took us to the Bahamas. Like 5 English lads, and obviously it was her daughter, and her daughter's friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What are you gonna do? Unfortunately. But anyway, where the fuck was I going with that? I forgot what I was saying.
Getting into fight.
Yeah. That was it. But then, like, I was like, because I'd lost this purpose. My whole life I played soccer. I had a purpose. I was just partying. I was empty. I remember waking up one morning.
Yeah, I could see that.
I woke up one morning in the Bahamas, in paradise, everything paid for, on cocaine, had a nice dinner, right? Didn't go to bed. I was 8 a.m. in the morning. Everyone had gone to bed. I'm crying on the balcony, depressed.
God, yeah.
Like, I had no purpose. What am I doing? All my demons from all my life have come up.
Sure.
What am I doing? And then I watched what card did I watch? I watched the McGregor when he went 2-time champ before Eddie Alvarez.
Okay,
yeah.
100%.
And the first time I watched the whole, before I'd watched like the main event, I'd watched McGregor before. The time I watched the whole main event, I thought, I've always, I can wrestle, I can scrap, whatever. I'm not, whatever. But I could do this.
Yeah.
I could do this. And then I started training, and I was like, yeah, I'm pretty decent. I'm coordinated. I got a little something. And then I started training, and I had my first fight, mate, and that was something else. Like, it was weird because you go into like this, it's like in a convention center.
Crazy.
A convention center, and they put you in 2 different corners, right? So the fighters in this corner fight, and I might be like fight 4 or 5, right? So people are going out before you, and then like coming back in. And they're coming in bloodied, like it's like gladiator shit. You hear like, ooh, they come and you're like, what the fuck is happening out there? What is happening?
They don't have TVs or anything?
No, it's like the UFC.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? The UFCs have TVs.
Yeah.
But like, this is some bullshit amateur fight. You know what I mean? Like, so the people are coming back in bloodied up, fucked up, like shaking. I'm like, I've got to go out there. I'm fucking sitting there warming up. And then I went out.
That's got to get in your head so bad.
Yeah. I went out there, and then my first fight, the first round went okay.
Okay, hold on, back up. What's your you walk out? What's your walkout tune?
I had a few walkout songs.
What was your first? What was the first one?
The first one I can't remember. Honestly. I remember I walked out to some bullshit Drake song, but I'll tell you a funny one. One time, one of my last fights, I came out to "Dancing Queen" by ABBA. I swear to God. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to have a laugh. And so there's a video somewhere.
Everybody loves you. Everybody on the crowd immediately loves you.
In Tampa, a lot of fucking alpha bros that are like, what the fuck is this
Oh,
gay
really?
shit?
If I had no idea who was fighting and Dancing Queen comes out and they walk, I would switch teams. If I wanted that guy, I don't anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, but Dancing Queen, it was
That
great.
rules.
Yeah, so I came out and I'm fucking around. He came out to some metal song about killing your fucking family. You know what I mean? Like some bullshit. So that was my thing, my song. But I remember one time I was losing in the second round. He had me in mount. He was beaten down. And like everything slowed down. And I was like, wow, my whole life sort of came across my eyes, right? And I was like, I tried, you know, did my dad love me? I don't know. Some wild shit came up. I don't know. And then I ended up reversing the position. I ended up winning the fight, to be fair. That was my first fight. Yeah.
That was the first fight?
That was the first fight.
So the first round, what happened?
First round was pretty even, back and forth. Second round, he got me in mount. He was beating me up. And I remember thinking, I tried. You know, I gave it a go. And then I somehow reversed the position before the ref stepped in. And then the third round I took over. My cardio kicked in. I started scrapping a bit, and I ended up winning the fight. Yeah, so it felt pretty good.
KO?
No, just a decision. Split decision. Yeah. Split
decision,
yeah.
So when he was mounting you and just beating you, you were like, well, I did.
I tried. I gave it a go.
And that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
In your head,
I gave it a go. Yeah.
You're done.
And then something last minute just went nope. And then, like, I fucking did something and got out of the position.
Oh, that's gotta be.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine that feeling.
Yeah, it's amazing, mate, honestly. And then I had a kickboxing fight and I knocked out this guy once, right? And that feeling is,
I can't imagine that.
It's some primal shit, mate. It's some fucking primal shit.
Well, you're in the middle of the ring. You got people
all
watching
screaming,
you. They're watching. They're just watching you.
Yeah.
And then you do it.
Yeah. It's great. Yeah. It's some primal shit. I don't know if I could do it again, but maybe. But it was some primal shit, yeah.
That's so cool.
So it's a cool story, you know. It was a cool period of my life. I mean, I was sleeping on the floor of a gym. We didn't have a shower. I was hosing myself down to clean myself. Yeah, I remember looking up at the stars thinking, fucking hell.
What am I doing?
Yeah, what am I doing? Similar to like when I do comedy now. Like, I look up at the stars and go, what am I doing?
Okay, is it anything similar to comedy, though? Like winning a fight, like, is getting a big laugh.
I mean, nothing's better than making a group of people laugh. There's no drug like it.
It's so fun.
There's no drug like it. When you fucking get a big laugh and you're in tune with the crowd, there's nothing like it.
It's so fun.
But it's weird. I was actually at the beginning of comedy, at open mics, I would sometimes be more nervous than going into fights.
Really?
Yeah, which is kind of wild. Because going into fights, you warm up, you're shadow boxing, and when you get moving the body, but when you're sat there in a mic, you can't move and you sit there agitated. You know, you're watching three people bomb in front of you. You're about to bomb. You know what I mean? Like, and you're nervous.
Because that all gets in your head.
Fuck yeah.
Like, you see everybody in front of you. You're like, well.
And then you feel the energy in the room. You're like, well, I'm not going to do that joke because they don't like that. And they don't like that. And there's a woman there. There's a gay guy there. And then he, you know what I mean? He doesn't like me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, yeah. So, like, it's, but yeah, at the beginning, I was so nervous at the beginning of comedy. I would make excuses not to go to mics all the time.
Well, that's so easy.
I just got back from work, or I'm tired, or I should probably go to the gym to stay in shape. You know what I mean? I want to be a comedian, but I'm going to the gym instead of doing comedy. You know what I mean? Like,
it's so easy to not.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so easy to not.
And that fuck off mind comes like, oh, fuck this off. We'll go tomorrow.
Exactly.
We'll go to tomorrow.
And then tomorrow turns into 8 months later.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, I still haven't gone tomorrow.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's like anything. It's like good habits and bad habits, they snowball.
Yep.
You have a couple good days. It's not, I'll do it again. Oh, I'll get up, I'll go for a walk, I'll fucking go to the gym, I'll meditate, whatever. Again, I'll go to the mic, I'll do a little writing, I'll go outside, get a coffee. But you have a day, you know, you drink too much, you whack off, you don't go to the mic, you know what I mean? You eat some bullshit.
Yeah.
And then next day what you whack off again, throw a little fucking Zin in, you know what I mean? Zins are great, by the way.
Brought to you by Zin. Zins are, I mean, they're nice.
You're a little gay vapor, right? You like sucking on that thing.
I quit doing it, and then Tony brought one over, and he left
Tony,
it. Yeah, blaming this guy. I mean, I am blaming. He brought one over, and then he left it here. So I was like, I may as well finish this off. And so then I like that started again, like 3 weeks ago. I'm gonna kick it again though.
Yeah.
Once these are out, done.
Yeah.
But no, Zins are, to me, I like spit, like chewing tobacco. Like I like to spit. That's how I started nicotine. Was dipping, because that was cool when you were younger.
Yeah. Everyone dipped in Georgia when I lived there.
My God. Yeah. I'm sure, that chick that asked if you would have learned English, I guarantee she dipped.
Well, yeah, I definitely dipped.
But no, you're absolutely right about. Mike's. You always looking at the crowd. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like I've seen because like.
What are you gonna say about Zin? You gonna say about Zin? You don't fuck with the Zins?
No, because I like to spit. I feel like I need something to do.
You're not a swallower. You spit.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. You're a gentleman. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm a respectable man.
Yeah.
What was I gonna?
The mic.
The mic. Okay. Yeah. No. So people like, judging a room. It's so weird.
Oh, mate.
Like, honestly, if they're like not seeing the crowd before would be so much better.
That's how it should be at a show.
Yeah, but
we're doing mics.
Mics. Like,
that's the thing about comedy. You got to eat shit
because comedians never laugh anyway. So like, who cares?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
also like. Because once you start getting to know the comedians, you're like, oh, I can't do that. Like, I feel like they'll get offended. But who cares?
Yeah. It's your 5 minutes. You paid your $5. Who gives a fuck?
Exactly.
Say what you want to fucking say.
Even if they don't laugh. But then it's hard. Like, it is hard on stage because you know where you want to go.
Yeah.
But then if you're not getting the laugh, it's hard to go there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because in your head, you're getting laughs.
Yeah.
But if you don't get laughs, then you're like, okay, well, they're...
Yeah, it shuts down. It's like, do I keep going down this path or do I pull back? And that's the thing you learn at comedy is like, do you keep going down this path which no one fucks with, or should I try and divert and go to the other way?
I always divert. I'm such a bitch.
Yeah.
I always
divert. At first,
divert.
the thing is though, when you go for it, the thing I learned early on is that if you're gonna go for it, you got to go for it.
100%.
You can't tread it.
100%.
If you're gonna fucking got there. And you're going to say the M word? Say the M word. You know what I mean? I'm kidding, obviously. But you know what I mean?
Oh, he says it all the time. Hey, how about that bottle opener?
Yeah, there you go, man.
No, you're 100% right.
You got to commit. You got to commit, you know?
And if there's one person laughing, then I go. Then I'm like, then I'm doing it for them.
Yeah, like, exactly.
Because if the whole room, then I don't care. It's a mic. Like it's not a show. I paid to be here.
Yeah, you paid. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it's your
crazy?
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Do what the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Do what the fuck you want.
It's weird out here. Like I saw these two chicks get walked out by people that walk out during mics. I think are hilarious.
Oh, when they go up and they walk out.
No,
after.
but they thought it was a music open mic. They brought violins. These two girls. They brought violins, and one of our, Luke Walls, he went up there and, did his material.
Yeah.
And these two violinists, they were livid, and they just, they left. And then they're, like, posting, like, reviews.
They posted a review?
Yeah, they posted reviews, like, on Instagram, and they're like, this guy is the one, like...
Mate, anyone
it's crazy. You can't get offended in an open mic. Like, it's an open... You can't. That's the point.
But then to go away... And then write a review. These Yelp fuckers.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
It's like people that go to restaurants. Like, take the L. You don't like the restaurant? Don't go back there.
I love them.
You're gonna go away and fuck them. You're a review guy?
No, I hate those people, but I love that they do it because I love to read them.
That's a sick thing.
Because I'm reading these reviews and like you're imagining. You're like in your head. You're putting what this guy looks like. Like your image of them is like, I love reading. Like, I love it. I don't know why.
It's kind of some weird, sadistic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I used to love going on. I quit going on Facebook, but I used to love going on Facebook just to read. Like, I would see somebody post something political, and then I go to the comments, and I just love reading Facebook fights. I don't know why. It's just so fun.
Yeah. Because it's like your auntie and your uncle arguing over policy, over the COVID shot they know nothing about.
Like they're going to change something.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, or they're even going to change that person's mind.
Yeah, you're not. You're not. Because it didn't turn into like an actual conversation. It turned into a fuck you match. And I'm going to try and fuck you by sounding more knowledgeable about the situation we're talking about.
Oh, the ones that the people like some will type a big long thing. The people that make me die are like somebody may have like typed an S instead of an A.
Oh yeah.
The person that corrects their spelling underneath.
The grammar police.
They say asterisk and then
Yeah.
Like those are the people that those are the Yelp reviewers.
Yeah. The petty officer. Yeah.
Oh, so funny.
Fuck that.
I love reading these reviews because I'm always on the side of the business. Like I'll read it and be like, I know something else happened. Like
Yeah. Like it shows you've never worked in a serving business before. If you're like, shit goes wrong, people drop out, someone didn't show, someone no show, no called.
Yep.
The manager's a prick. We ran out of the fucking strawberries or whatever. You know what I mean?
Always run out. God, you were a server too?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really a server.
We're right in the same, like, I mean, I wasn't a fighter, but.
Yeah. Mate, I worked in Koreatown, this place called Ubatuba Acai store, right?
Oh, I still call it acai.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you're an ignorant American.
Acai.
You're a white, ignorant American. You win. It's acai, the correct pronunciation.
I hate how it's spelled. It's kind of like Stutes.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it would be pronounced like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. In America, but America's the main country. I'll give you
Let's
that.
go.
You know what I mean? So we should abide by your laws.
Let's go.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, I worked there, and mate, that taught me patience. It teaches you patience.
God,
it teaches you patience because some of these people come in, and it's like the Sebastian Maniscalco bit. It's when he does the subway bit.
Love
it's
him.
like he's like, have you never been outside? people walk in, and they're like, choose bread. And like, what do I do? It's so good. Like, have you never been outside ever? There's a line behind you. Let's get it going.
Run it through the gun.
Yeah.
Dude,
exactly,
I love Sebastian.
Sebastian's the man.
He's from Chicago.
Yeah. Sebastian's the man.
Oh my God, I've seen him. I've seen him at the Comedy Store. It was like
You ever see him in Chicago?
No,
Yeah.
No, because those tickets are like $100.
Yeah.
Comedy Store.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. I've seen him in the Comedy Store a couple of times. Yeah, he's great.
so
He's
good.
Great. Have you read his book? I read his book.
No,
His book's good.
He has a book.
Yeah. He has a book.
What does he talk about?
I don't know his career.
Just
whatever.
about.
It's kind of cool.
That's
You know what I mean?
interesting. I love people's stories.
It's come up. It's kind of cool.
He was a waiter.
Yeah, at the Beverly Hills Hotel.
Oh, I didn't know he was there.
Yeah. And he was talking about how we'd like between shifts on his break go and do a set, come back. Yeah, he was telling a story. It was kind of cool.
See, like it's like how we were talking about earlier. It's so easy to not go, but look where he's at.
Yeah.
And between shifts, he'd go do mine.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
and he was talking about like the bringer shows at the beginning. It was really kind of quiet. But he even talked about like he went into debt one time, big time, which I did as well. It's like, oh my God, I can relate.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still in debt, but it's cool.
Well, everybody's got their own, like you said, like. I got to read that book. I love Sebastian so much.
I'll let you borrow it.
Done. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love Sebastian.
Yeah.
I think he's just so funny.
Yeah.
He just.
It's funny. Like I feel like in America, there's differences, but like Italians and Irish, there's some sort of crossover.
Oh yeah.
Culturally, you know what I mean? In terms of like the type of person. Enjoys the humor, the comedy, the food.
Course.
You know what I mean? Like there's like
because it's like a laid back attitude,
but like working class. Do you know what I mean? Appreciates the
100%.
fine. Yeah. There's like
because it's New York and Chicago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the Irish? Are there any other Irish hubs in? Is just New York or Chicago in America?
I mean, like hub wise.
Yeah.
Apparently, Savannah, Georgia, randomly has a great St. Patrick's Day.
No shit. Do you call it St. Patty's in Chicago?
St. Patty's Day, yeah.
But with 2 T's?
2 D's. Get out of here, T's.
You guys, I love that. Because the rest of America throws the 2 T's.
Yeah, no way,
get the fuck out of here. Right.
Those are people that aren't Irish.
Yeah, they don't get it.
They don't know how to. No, 2 T's.
2 T's.
No, that's like a piece of burger.
Yeah, exactly. A burger patty.
Yeah, no way. St. Patty's Day. I mean, that's short for Patrick. I know many patties.
Yeah. You don't know any patties.
I know my
female patties.
Actually, my Italian friend, his name's Vinny Patty with 2 T's.
But not first name.
Vinny.
Yeah.
But no. So
Vinny Patty, 2 N's, 2 T's. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
What does he do?
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
He lost contact.
We haven't talked in a while.
Oh, yeah.
He's a great guy though.
Great guy.
Love Vinny.
Shout out to Vinny.
VP.
VP.
What was I gonna? Oh yeah. So when did you start comedy then? So you fought. You got how long did you fight for?
So I went to Tampa. I went to Thailand for a few months. Trained over there. Then
Learned some Muay Thai.
Yeah, exactly. Went into Muay Thai. Fucked a lot. right? There's a lot more pine.
I heard that's what happens.
Yeah. Mate, you walk over there, you're like David Beckham. You walk over
they thought you were Shaq over there.
Yeah, mate. I would walk around dick swinging. You know what I mean? I'm trotting around like a fucking stallion. You know? And then came back, I fought, and then I did maybe 3 stand. And I've always wanted to live in LA. Like my dad lived in LA when he was in his 20s. So he always told me.
Was your dad from England too, yeah?
Yeah, he's from England. But he came over in his 20s, works at CBS.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's right here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and it's funny, mate. I used to live right across the road from CBS on Hayworth.
Wow.
On Beverly. Yeah, Beverly and Hayworth. So it was kind of like eerie. And so he lived there and he'd always romanticize it, tell me the stories about LA in the 80s and the cocaine and the parties. When I'm like, fucking, I want to go there one day. And then I stopped fighting because, like, I sort of fell out of love with it a bit. I had a couple of losses. I'm like, what am I doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I posted a couple of videos of me fucking around in my room, right? And obviously I've always been funny with my friends. And when someone said, you should keep doing this more, like, you should try stand-up. Well, maybe I will. And I did like 2 mics in Florida, 3 mics, and I went, I'm moving to LA.
Wow.
Yeah. And one of them was probably still the worst bomb of my life. Touch wood, the
Hollywood, Florida comedy.
No, it was the Tampa Improv open mic.
Okay.
Oh man, I was done.
Wait, is it the same company as this?
I think so. I think
it's
it's changed now. I saw recently they changed, but it was the same company, but it was in Tampa, and they had an open mic on a Thursday or something, and I ate it. This is probably my second time, and then I bounced back and did a better one in like a bar thing, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm moving to LA. So then I worked for 2 months, just worked, didn't get up because I was scared.
Yeah.
But I had my mind set on LA. And then that was like August, September, October, of 2019. And then I moved here January 2020 and then started hitting the mics.
Wow, great timing.
Yeah, exactly. Hit the mics, a month later, everything shut down.
Yep.
So I didn't do comedy for 2 years then.
Wow.
Didn't do like... there was like, the Zoom things, in the park things.
That's not comedy.
Yeah.
Zoom things?
Exactly. Bullshit. But listen to this, mate. In that time, I started training again.
Because
there was no comedy. I was like, I need to do something.
I mean, may as well, yeah.
I need to do something. So I was like training again. And those gyms were like sort of open behind closed doors.
Of course,
Yeah. People
sure.
were like, yeah. And we trained and shit. And then I think I had one more fight.
What, you fought during COVID?
Yeah. 2021, my last fight.
Wow.
Yeah. And I had him rocked in the second round. In the third round, he stopped me. Yeah. It was.
He knocked you out?
It was a TKO, so I wasn't out, but like the ref stepped in.
But you were a little
he
stumbly.
dropped me, and I tried to get up, and he came in, and the ref stepped in.
Do you think you could have got out of it if the ref didn't stop it?
I mean, you've seen it happen. I don't know.
Do you ever
at amateur level, they don't fuck around.
Like,
they step in.
Of course not.
Yeah.
But have you ever lost a fight and then like has the ref ever stopped a fight that you lost and you were like, come on, like No, you were like, I'm ready. I'm ready to lose.
I'm ready to get out of it. Get me out of it.
Okay, sorry, but then so you fought. This was in LA?
This was in Long Beach. I fought.
Oh yeah, Long Beach doesn't care about anything.
So it was like July 2021, and then I was like,
with no fan,
no. In 2021, people were back in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It wasn't 2020. 2020, no one was there, but 2021, July. It was
okay. It was starting to get back.
Yeah, it was starting to get back, and then the whole time when I was sharing, I was like, I need to do comedy, but I was like scared of it. It was like one of these. I was like scared of it.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I was like, right. Something told me like, mate, you got to get back into this. And then I started doing a couple mics in like December of 2021. Did a couple mics, then didn't do it again. Then did like a couple more, and then someone asked me to do it. Did you ever meet Tom Horn?
Tom Horn?
Yeah, he's a guy who's around the mic
so.
scene. Anyway, he asked me to do a show at. He saw me at a mic, and he said, "Do you want to do a show at the Pasadena Comedy?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm not ready for it." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I did it, and it went pretty well. This was April 2022.
Okay.
And then I did it. It went pretty well. And then even after that, I was still like scared. I mean, this is some wacky shit, right? Even at that time, I was still like making excuses not to go.
Of course.
I'd I'd come back from work, I'm tired, I'm this, I wouldn't go, even though that's what I want to do. And that's a weird thing you think about life, is like, the thing we want to do so much, we know what we need to do to get there, but there's some fear and insecurity which won't make us do the thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think the fear is that maybe you won't get there.
That you'll give it your all and it won't happen.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think that might be the fear.
Yeah, yeah.
Because in your head, you're there.
Yeah.
But then in reality,
interesting.
If you do it in reality, you might not. You might not get to where you want.
So it's safe being over here going with having the out that I never gave it my all.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's easier to be like okay. Yeah. Exactly. When I was, I don't know, like 20 something, I was talking to somebody and they were telling me how, because I was doing Second City at the time, and they were like, they were like, oh man, if I had done, he was like, I would have been so good. He was older. He was probably like 55, 60.
Yeah.
He's like, man, if I would have done it then, I would have been so good. I'll never forget that conversation, because that's when I was like, okay, I got to do this now.
Yeah.
Because I would rather, like me personally, I would rather know that I tried and failed than to look back and be like, oh, I could have. I would have done it.
The what if will eat you alive. The what if.
Well, because you're going to convince yourself that you would have been.
Yeah.
Like I would much rather do it and then people be like, no, you suck. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Like you tried, but you're bad.
Yeah.
I would much rather know that I couldn't than.
You sleep better at night.
Exactly.
When you're the man in the arena, you know, as opposed to sitting on the sidelines.
Exactly.
Have you seen that quote?
No, what's that?
There's some like old, like maybe Roman Empire quote when it's like, people that laugh, you know, you've always got to be the man in the arena, not one on the sidelines watching criticizing. You know,
sure. It's so easy.
Out there.
Well, it's so easy to criticize on the sidelines, and it's so easy to convince yourself that you could do it.
Yeah, and never do it.
And then it's hard to, but even still, like even knowing that I have that mindset, it's so easy to be like,
of course.
It's still so easy to be
something's
like,
there.
I'll go tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. And that was happening to me at the time, right? I was living in Park La Brea. And I was coming back, like, I've got to get in the car and go somewhere. I'm not going to try to make an excuse. I'm not going to do it, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, and then like in July of 2022, my roommate said, we want to move somewhere else. We don't want to be in this area. We want to go somewhere. So they went to move to Culver City.
That's a good area.
Park La Brea? Yeah. I think they wanted to go somewhere cheaper, I think. So that's why they wanted to move out. So they moved to like Culver City. And I was like, I want to stay in this area. Yeah. I like it here. And then
Culver City stinks for comedy.
Yeah,
there's no comedy around.
It's like some bar or whatever. But and then I knew someone who I used to live with, who I'm actually picking up today. The guy I'm picking up today,
that Tokyo boy.
Yeah. I mean Taiwan.
Or Taiwan, whatever. Yeah. I knew it started with a T.
Potato.
Started with a T and Asian.
Yeah. Same thing. But it's like Irish, Scottish, English.
Exactly.
Same shit. It's the same shit. Who gives a fuck?
No, don't throw the English in there. You goddamn limeys. I wore this shirt for you, but I'm not giving it.
You love that shirt.
Well, I love Paul McCartney. Yeah. How do you hate the Beatles?
Yeah, I mean, they're all right. What are you gonna do? They're fine. You know.
Okay, yeah, you gotta be humble about it. Or?
Yeah, no, I'm just not a big fan. Honestly.
How?
They're fine.
They're your hometown boys.
No, they're not. They're from Liverpool. They're English. I get it, but you know, it's whatever. For the time, I'm sure. Not for me, though. Not for me now. For the time, I'm sure it was great. Iconic.
All right, fine.
Iconic. I respect it. It's great, but
I would actually UFC fight you now because of your Beatles.
No one's getting in the car going, yo, throw on that fucking Beatles song. It's not happening.
If I'm in charge of the aux, I am.
You're not throwing on the Beatles.
Penny Lane all day.
Yeah, one song. There you go.
I love Penny Lane. Are we going to go through my Beatles
repertoire? No.
In My Life.
You had to pause.
Jam. In My Life.
No, I don't prove it. I get it. I believe you. Okay, you're good.
I Want to Hold Your Hand. Jam. I mean, those are my three favorites. I'm never putting on Let's go.
Oh, man.
I'm never putting on Hey Jude.
Hey Jude's shit.
No, it's great, but I'm not putting it on. Anyway.
Yeah, sorry, the story. We'll get there. So anyway, they moved out and I hit him up and I was like, well, you know, he moved out a while ago and he's like, I live in West Hollywood, Fairfax district. And I went, all right, have you got a spare room? I moved there and then I moved there, and then I was still pussyfooting around with the comedy, and then I saw someone post a story at a mic, someone I knew I had met, and I was like, "Where's this place?" Right, I clicked on it. It was a Comedy Boulevard, right, which is literally a 2-minute walk from my house.
Oh wow!
So now it's like there's no excuse.
Yeah, none.
There's no get in the car
None.
after work. There's like now if I don't go, I look at myself in the mirror. I'm not the man I say I am.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? I'm a coward.
Mm-hmm.
So it forced. So it's like God literally put me there to go. Okay, you're not gonna go yourself. Here you go.
Yep.
It was wild, mate. It was fucking wild.
So,
and then I got out and I started going all the time, and now I'm good.
So
you know?
Comedy Boulevard for you is Badger and Jam for me.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, and then God makes me host over there.
Exactly.
So I'm like, okay,
exactly.
Well,
what's your story? How did you get started in comedy? By the way, can I take a piss real quick before you tell me?
Yeah. Let's
can we pause?
Let's take a break. Pee break.
Okay.
We'll be back. And we're back.
And we're back.
Okay, so what you asked how I started.
How did you get started in comedy?
So I was in Chicago and I started doing improv. I was doing improv and then I did improv
real
Olympic
quick.
and then Second
Improv's
City.
pretty big outside of LA. In Chicago, didn't they have like a second city there?
Second City.
Okay, cool.
Well, Chicago is called the second. That's where Second City started.
Oh, I see. And then so they're like satellite thing is LA.
The
main started in
main Second City is in Chicago, and then they got LA, they got Toronto, and then they got they have Detroit. I don't know Detroit might not be there anymore, and then maybe I don't think New York, but they call Chicago the Second City because New York's like the big New York's like the first city. And Chicago's like
no shit.
That's
the actual city.
Yeah, that's what they called Chicago.
That's pretty cool.
They were like, Chicago's the second city. So then that's why they called it Second City. And I did that for years, for I don't know, 5 years, and then it was annoying because you're doing it and like I knew that they liked me, so they keep calling me in for auditions, but then you never hear anything. And you don't know how you did. You don't know. They don't tell you how you did in the audition. They don't laugh, which is the craziest part because you know all the people in all the auditors in the audience. Like you know them, like they're your coaches. They're they're people that like always they're giving you notes and they're like, oh, you could have done this better. And like they're always like when you're performing for them, they're always laughing and cracking up. But then in the auditions, it's just
silence.
And they like you'll say something and they'll go, mm-hmm. And then just
you hear that about SNL, don't you?
Then write a note. Oh my god!
SNL,
one of my coaches, she had 3 auditions for SNL, and she said that her first one, they called her in, and she checked in with the receptionist, and they're like, okay, yeah, great, go wait, whatever. They're in their waiting room. Just have a seat, then we'll be right with you. They made her sit there for 6.5 hours. But and she didn't know at the time, but that's part of the audition.
To see how you handle the thing. Yeah.
She had no idea. She was just like, well, I what am I gonna do? Because
did she handle it well?
Yeah, she did.
Oh, she
was like, I passed that part. She was like, I just sat. I didn't ask the receptionist anything. I didn't talk to her at all. I just sat and waited because this is my shot, this is my SNL shot.
It's funny. I've heard people like employers sometime take someone out to lunch and see how they deal with the wait staff. So the service staff, they'll go get something wrong with the order and see how they deal with it.
Oh wow!
Yeah. It's like a thing where like if you're rude to him, you're like, you know what I mean?
I would crush.
Shows your character,
I would crush it.
Yeah, I mean, because you've worked, even, you understand.
First of all, I wouldn't even make a change. I'd be like, give me that.
Yeah.
Give me that salad with whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even change the thing.
I'll take it as is.
But if I did say no tomatoes and there was tomatoes, whatever.
Yeah.
Then I'll eat tomatoes. Or whatever.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, so that was part of her. Like she found out afterwards. They were they had cameras in the waiting room and they just watched how she would react. And apparently, like a lot of people like would freak out, like get angry, and be like, "What the fuck? Like what the fuck's going on?" And they yelled at the receptionist, and then they were done. So that was her first. That was the first.
Fuck, that's crazy. They'd like get mad.
6.5.
Yeah.
Also about like 6.5 hours. So long.
Yeah.
I would probably.
What would you think?
I don't know.
You'd ask a question.
I wouldn't be mad.
I wouldn't be mad. I'd go, excuse me, do you know, by the way?
Exactly. I'd be like, I just want to remind you that I'm here.
Yeah, out of curiosity, yeah. Very polite, yeah.
I wouldn't. I would have definitely sat there though and waited.
Yeah. No, you wait out.
Because that's like, nobody gets that call.
Yeah.
So I would have waited for 3 days for that. But yeah, so she passed that, and then she said she didn't even ask anything. She was just like, I just sat there. And this is before phones, like cell phones.
Yeah.
So she just sat. Like, she wouldn't even play, like, games.
Yeah.
Like, she was just, like, sitting,
no, it's not like
staring at the wall.
There's no doctor. It's like there's no magazine. It's like a doctor's office. There's magazines and shit. Nothing.
She's just sitting there.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Mate, people these days can't sit in the room by themselves.
Oh, no way.
Can you imagine?
For 10 minutes, you can't do that.
4 minutes. 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Mate, you go out, you go anywhere, you see, the second there's like a bit of silence, 10 seconds silence, phone comes out. People can't sit in the silence.
You can't sit with
People can't sit in the silence.
And people can't talk to each other. It's not, okay, another Sebastian bit is like when people used to come over to people's houses.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Like,
it's so
but
good.
like that's so true. Like even like
I was in the neighborhood.
In my life that even happened.
Yeah.
Like people would just be nearby and they'd come over.
Yeah.
Like when I would go over to my buddy's house across the alley and I would just pound on the door and be like, "Hey, is Mark home?" And they'd be like, "Oh, what's up, Tom?"
Yeah.
But for real, now if someone comes to your door, like, who the fuck?
Yeah.
Who is here?
Like, when he puts his finger up and he goes, "Get down, get the fuck down."
And then somebody that didn't know, they come down from, someone's at the door. God, I mean, but it's so true. Like,
it's so good.
Like you can't. It's so weird how things change and so fast.
Yeah, so far. So I mean, you can see that in culture in general. Is like now you can't joke about a lot of things. You label the fucking right wing
that were 10 years, less than 10 years ago that people were joking about, and now they're getting in trouble for it.
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy. It's crazy. That's crazy.
But okay, so then so that was her first part. She didn't even know it then, and then they call her into the room. And it was like the first thing she had to, it was like, it was like a black room, she said. So she like couldn't see the audience at all.
Yeah.
But like the first couple rows you can see. So she said it was like Lorne Michaels and like a couple producers. Yeah. Whatever. And they were like, okay, do your best impressions. And she was good. I forget what her impressions were, but she was great at doing them.
Yeah.
And then, so she did her impressions and then, or maybe it was an empty house, but just the producers, actually.
Yeah.
So nobody, and then she did her impressions, and then they brought out the entire cast and like writers' room of SNL. So at that time, it was like, it was Chris Farley, it was Tim Meadows, it was like,
oh shit,
yeah, it was like,
wow.
it was like the big, it was like, it was huge, and she was like, so like, yeah, they had them that they were all in the wings. That's right. And then they all walked out. And then she had to do like 5 scenes with all of them. Like 5 scenes, but with like some of them.
Some would do 2 here, 3 there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she was with them on the stage.
And did she make it?
She did not. No, she had 3 auditions though, which is pretty cool. And she like. But she still teaches at Second City.
Okay,
she was awesome. She was
so
so
back
great.
to your story though.
Okay, that's how I started. So I started in Chicago. I did Second City and then IO. Oh, that's why I brought that up. It was because like of these auditions, like they kept calling me back for these auditions, and I was like, okay, I don't like, I know they clearly like me because they keep calling me back, but they don't tell me any feedback ever. Like you never like they never like you could have done this or you could have done that.
Yeah.
Ears are hot, huh?
Yeah, hot as fuck. Go ahead.
So they're like, yeah, you could, like, they never tell you anything, but they keep calling me back. So I'm like, okay, I was kind of waiting out Second City, and I like
waiting for what? Like, are you waiting
to
get in the company or what?
To get on like, so they have cruise tours.
Yeah.
So like either they call it Boat Co. So boat company. So Boat Co. would have been great, or like the main stage, or I was gonna say belly room, but it's not the belly. It's not the belly. I forget what it's called, but it's like their belly room. at Second City, whatever. And like to be on one of those companies, like because the belly room of Second City is like the understudies for the main stage. So like if somebody leaves the main stage, then you get bumped up.
Yeah.
And I was like kind of waiting. I was like waiting around in Chicago for that, but I was like kind of thinking of like I was gonna move to LA, and I was just waiting and waiting.
Why? Because of improv, or just wanted to move?
Just because to move here, because I wanted to work in TV. I wanted to work in TV, film.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to. Yeah, you can just toss them.
Yeah, toss them.
I'm keeping mine on.
No, keep yours on, lad. Keep yours on.
Because I like the sound of your voice in them.
Thank you, mate. I hate the sound of yours. That's why I said.
Wow, rough. No, so I was just waiting, and I was like, but yeah, so I wanted to work in TV. I wanted to work in the film industry, and there's not really that in Chicago. So they sent this email out at Second City, and I was like, okay, everybody gets invited to this because I read the email. It seemed like a very general invite. Yeah. It was like one of the founders of Second City. His name was Bernie Solins. He died. He was like 89, 90.
R.I.P.
Yeah, he was old, but like one of the founders. So, and I thought, like, I'm reading this email. It literally looked like the most generic email ever, and I was like, oh, so everybody's invited. And at the last second, I was like, whatever, I'll go. Fine. Because I was texting one of my buddies, and he's like, I'm going. I was like, fine, I'll go. So I met him at Margaritaville at Navy Pier. It was at Chicago Shakespeare Theaters, which is like at Navy Pier, like all the way down. So I met him there. We had a couple beers, and then we're like, okay, let's go. We go, and it was me and him and four other like comedians, and that was it. Like I thought everybody was getting an invite, but like it was just us six. We were all the way up in the rafters though, but it was so cool. So they did like this whole like memorial thing for him.
Yeah.
And then like we're looking in the audience, and it's like everybody that you have ever grown up with, like you're like, oh my god, look at all.
Really, everyone that's been through Second City,
everybody. And so like Dan Aykroyd couldn't be there, but he did like a video memorial. And
no shit,
it was crazy. So like I was like, is Bill Murray here? Like, where's Bill Murray?
Yeah.
So like, because he went to our same high school, and he
really,
and he like, so we're whatever, and he's just a Chicago guy.
Yeah.
So we're looking for Bill Murray. Like, whatever, we don't see him. Like, there's no way he's here. So all of the past alum get up on the stage, and it's everybody. It's Tim Meadows, like Tina Fey, like everybody was there.
Tina Fey is great.
So they're all up on the stage singing. They think it was really weird. They're singing a song, some random song, and then
a very improv.
Somebody. Gay. It wasn't even improv. It was like a real song. And then, but whatever. Somebody like during the song, like someone gets like pushed out by their friend into the aisle. Yeah. He's wearing a hat, and we're just like looking up, like straight down, and he takes off his hat, and it's Bill Murray, and we're like, oh, no way, let's go, Bill, and like the whole place goes nuts.
It goes apeshit.
And whatever, so he goes up and sings, and then afterwards there was like
singing.
It was I don't even know. It was so weird, the song thing.
Yeah.
But then so afterwards it was like a cocktail party. So like everybody that was there was just like like talking, hanging out. And it's us six, and we don't know any of these people. We're like, why are we here? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
But Bill Murray was right there, and I was like, if I don't go up to him right now, I can't live the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So, and I knew that I went to he went to my went to the same high school, and so I went to Catholic high school, and it was called Jugs.
Just boys
detention is called Jug at this school. Because it stands for
JUG?
Yeah, Justice Under God. Okay, so that was what we called detention.
Was it an all boys?
Co-ed. It used to be all when he went. Yeah. When he went, it was all boys.
Yeah, that's some weird Catholic shit.
Yeah.
No wonder these Catholics are fucking kids when you're getting mixed.
Yeah, they're keeping us away from all the chicks.
Exactly. No shit.
So whatever. So I went up to him, and I knew that we had that in common. So I was like, "Hey, Mr. Murray," nice. He's like, "Call me Bill." I was like, "Okay."
Really, that's pretty cool.
I was like, "Nice to meet you." Like I was like, I just had to come up and say, like, I want to let you know that I went to Loyola Academy, and you still have the record for most jugs ever at Loyola Academy. And he was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You guys are pathetic. I didn't even try. I could have gotten so many more." And he was just so cool. I was like, this is
hilarious.
The best. This is like the best possible meeting of Bill Murray ever.
So it's like, that saying where they say, don't meet your heroes.
Yeah.
It was good meeting your heroes.
It was so great. It was so cool. But it was like in an environment where it was like nobody's going up to him to meet him because everybody else there knows him. I don't know why we were there. Anyway, that was a sidetrack. So, but whatever. Yeah. So but they're inviting me to all these things like that. Like, why was I there?
Yeah. You do it. Yeah. You're doing the auditions. But
then they kept inviting me to these auditions. Like even after that, like I think I had like 3 or 4 more, and I was like, okay, I don't either like tell me I suck or not. I don't know.
Give me something.
Yeah, like,
give me something. Give
me anything. And now, so whatever. So I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, I can't wait anymore. I can't. Because I was getting I don't know what's going. I don't know what I'm doing. And so I moved to LA, and then whatever. They invited me to a few more, and I think I was back in town for one, and I went.
So what year did you move here?
Moved here 2015.
Oh shit! Okay, you've been here a while.
Yeah,
Fuck
9 years.
Fuck.
Like almost like at night. It was like the beginning of February 2015.
Fuck yeah.
So and I didn't do comedy at all. Like I thought
about. So was stand-up never in your thoughts? You wanted to be an improv guy? Was that? Did you ever think of doing Groundlings or Second City here? Or anything?
I did. Well, Second City, I was already kind of done. I was already done.
Yeah.
Second City here is kind of just whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even think they're open anymore.
Yeah, me either.
But and IO is definitely closed here. But
what about Groundlings?
So I've thought about it, or UCB. But you have to.
UCB is the other one, yeah.
But you got to start, like, you have to start from the beginning. And I'm like, I don't want to, like, I feel like when
there's like level 3. You got to do level 3 2 times.
No, you have to start.
4,
you have to start at level 1 again.
Levels, yeah.
And I don't want to come off and saying like I'm an expert, I'm the best. But like I just don't. And I get why they do it. First, they want money.
Yeah.
And then it's like you all like you come up together. So I totally get that. And I don't want to start from the first level again. Like I've done that, and it's like you lay on the floor and like tell a story together.
Yeah,
I don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of done. I was kind of done with it.
Yeah.
And then I was working on TV shows and whatever. And then I don't know. I had so many people were telling me that I just should do stand up. And I had never considered, like, I always loved it. I always loved to watch it. Like Mitch Hedberg, loved him. Dane Cook was probably the first comedian that I was like, wow, this guy is so goddamn funny.
Dane Cook, huh?
Yeah, Dane Cook was like,
not for me.
He was like, I don't know. I think it was in high school, maybe. Yeah, like young.
I mean, he was the man back then, wasn't he? Back in early 2000s.
Yeah, he was like selling out Madison Square Garden, and like I remember like. One of our friends, everybody started hating him because he started talking like Dane Cook. Like he started and everyone was like, okay, dude, like you stop. Like,
you're not.
We all know you're doing Dane Cook. Like you're just acting like him. But he was so good. He was just so funny at the time. And it was like very relevant because like he was like perfect for our age people.
Yeah, of course.
And
I mean, people always look back and go like judge people based on it's like, society and times changed. At that time, this movie was great. This was great because society was in that place. Now it's in a different place. You can't judge a past thing with today's standards.
You can't cancel John Wayne for saying something back in 1960 or whatever.
Yeah, you can't.
What?
He used to slap bitches around back in the day. You know what I mean? You can slap someone around.
And it was fine.
Yeah. It still should be fun. I'm kidding. Oh, man. It was International Women's Day yesterday.
Oh, cheers to the
women. Cheers to the women. I love women.
Hey, fuck John Wayne.
Yeah, fuck
what
John Wayne.
What a piece of shit, dude.
What a fucking...
Can you believe what he did?
What a misogynist, huh?
Back in 1960, you see what this guy did?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
What a piece of shit, dude.
Very cool, though, isn't he?
Dude, he's the man.
Now, you ask any woman today, would you rather fuck John Wayne or
me?
Some progressive... tolerant guy these days. They'd rather fuck John Wayne. Your primal instinct never leaves. You know what I mean?
A man or not? Would you rather bang a man or not?
Exactly.
Or not
Exactly. Some femboy.
Exactly. What was I saying? Okay, so then
so then
so many people. Well, so like it wasn't just one. It was a lot of people told me, and I never considered it until like so many people started telling. I was like, okay, like maybe I should think of it because everybody's telling me this.
Yeah,
like
but at some point, it's like it's a sign from God.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
For
it's
real.
from whatever you believe in, the universe, Allah. Do you know what I mean? Muhammad, whatever.
100%.
It's a sign. When you get something that keeps repeating itself in your life
over and over, like it was so much. Like even like my friends would all tell me, and then like all the like work people would tell me, and then I'd get in Ubers. My Uber drivers would tell me. So I'm like, okay,
really?
like people that don't even know, like, okay, I may
when
as
your
well.
Uber driver tells you, you should consider it.
yeah,
you should fucking consider it.
Exactly. I love Uber drivers at the best, but
I'm a fucking Uber driver, mate. I need to piss again.
Again?
Can you keep talking?
No, let's take a break. And we're back.
And we're back. Sorry. When I'm drinking, sorry, I need a piss.
These
like
filthy Europeans.
Yeah, mate.
Hey, you know when you're American and when you walk into the bathroom, you're American when you walk out. What are you when you're in the bathroom?
What?
European. See, that's why I'm a comedian.
There.
That's why I'm a comedian.
That is European.
I definitely thought you would know that.
No, I never heard of it. I'm not much of a pun.
So then, so that's what. So many people told me to do it. So I was like,
there we go. Yeah, you're Uber driver.
So 2020, right? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start doing this stand-up thing. Let's try it out. So I went to Mike's just to see, because you're like, I was like, I don't know, and I think everybody's funnier than me. Like I don't think that I'm funny. Like So I'm like, I went to Mike's. I'm like, because everybody's gonna be hilarious. So I wanted to scope it out and just see, what I was dealing with.
Yeah.
So I just went to watch. I just went to Mike's just to see what it was like. And they were, and I was like, I could probably do this.
Yeah.
I
mean, the thing about Mike's, right? One thing about an open mic is that there's someone always be worse than you. You know what I mean? That's one thing, which gives you confidence.
Like, honestly, the first one I went to, I was like, I should just go up.
Yeah.
I would crush.
Because there were some people who were like, you need to reconsider.
It's rough. Like, how, but those are the people that are going to be around for 20 seconds and they're going to be gone. But, so I scoped out a few and I was literally about to start. I was like, okay, I'm just going to start signing up for these things. And the next Wednesday, was it next one? Whatever. It was a Wednesday or Thursday or something. Shut down everything. And then I didn't know any comedians. So I know people were doing outside mics and Zoom mics and stuff.
Mate,
but
put a bullet in my mouth.
God, I mean, I can't even imagine. But I know But I didn't know. I didn't have any access to the outdoor mics that just popped up. So I just didn't. And I figured if anything is, if there is one thing that is gonna spread COVID, it's probably sharing microphones.
Yeah.
So, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait. So then I waited and I started. So I started in the March 1st.
Yeah.
March 1st, 2022. Was my first mic. Tony was the host.
Really? Where at?
At Badger and Jam.
No shit.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he was the host.
2022.
He was the host, and I walk in, and I was like, is this a BYOB? And he was like, I don't know, I guess. he's like, if you bring stuff, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to the liquor store. I'll be right back.
Tony's a fucking legend, man. He's such.
And so I went to the store down the block, and I came back with a 12-pack of Bud Lights, and I was like, you want one? He's like, yeah, dude, yeah, bro. Got to Tony. And he was the host of my first mic ever.
Fuck yeah, nice.
And then it's all.
Mate, by the way, I know you're having Tony on next week.
Yeah.
At some point, you should bring me into Tony on together.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll do a three-way.
It'll be a 7-hour podcast.
Yeah. We'll do a three-way.
He'll talk about the Kansas City Chiefs. He'll talk about, oh god,
yeah, man. That's pretty cool though. So then you just started hitting the mics.
And it's so I've just been doing it since.
Nice.
But that was my intro. Like I just started with Second City.
Nice.
And
do you still dabble? You think about doing improv again, or do you think you've already got your training that helps you to stand up?
I mean, kind of. It's because it's fun.
It's very different, isn't it?
It's very different.
Yeah.
because it's not because stand up is you. It's just you. Like you are like
it's like stand up's like you have to be you.
Exactly.
You can't be a character.
Exactly.
I mean, you could do it for a second and then come out of it. But
sure.
It's core. You got to be you.
And you're alone.
Yeah.
Like you like it. Like in sketch and in improv, like you, like if you're not on your game that day, you still got like 5 other people around to pick you up.
Yeah.
Stand up. If you're not on your game, you're. Did you see what's his name? Nick Swartzen the other day.
No.
He was in Colorado and he was shit faced and he got booed off. It was brutal.
Really?
Like I saw these clips. It was rough. Because he was shit faced. No, he was
just not coherent.
He was just not coherent. He said, and then the next day he was like, "Well, I woke up to TMZ and I saw all of the stuff about me. Like, I'll make it up to you, Colorado." But like, literally, the theater turned on all the house lights, and then shut his micro. He was talking. They shut his microphone off.
He was that shit faced.
He wasn't like stumbling around, but he was just terrible.
It wasn't.
Yeah. And then like whatever the house manager, like he comes on stage and he's like, "Okay, come on."
Yeah, come on.
And then he comes back and he's like, "Yeah, guys, we're so sorry. We decided to cut tonight's show a little bit short because, whatever. It was a rough night."
Did everyone cheer?
Everybody, they were all like running out the door.
Yeah.
He was like, "Just get in touch with our box office for refund." It was rough. But yeah, so that's an example of it. You don't have anybody to lean on. Is why I brought that up.
Like you can't hide.
It's
like
it's Nick Swartzen. If Nick Swartzen stinks on stage, then it stinks.
Yeah.
Like your guy can't come in and be like, "Well, what's that Falcon?" or whatever
to save you. Yeah.
You are done. If you're not on fire, you're done. And that's a huge difference. And it's also just different. Like it's just.
Yeah,
because it's your personality.
Yeah.
Like in improv, you're kind of acting a little bit.
Yeah.
You're like, "Ooh, I'm mom. I'm your mom."
Yeah,
and then you have to be the little kid when I say that I'm the mom.
You got to go with whatever you're doing. It's the yes and It's funny how some people are really good at one thing and not the other. Like for example, Will Ferrell is a genius at improv, but stand up, nah.
Has he done stand up?
I mean, I've seen him. I think he did some Tonight thing. He had a microphone, and it's just like, but like even Larry David, he said, "Not for me."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like some people are just like, they're two very different skills.
Oh my god, totally. Well, you got to be. Yeah, it's so hard. Stand up is so hard.
Stand-ups. Mate, stand up is
but so is fighting. I would be. See, I'm fine in front of people, so I could talk in front of a crowd. I don't know if it's gonna be funny or not, but going into a fight, I don't know.
The thing is, though, I see what you're saying. And don't get me wrong, fighting is hard, but there's something instinctual about fighting where you've trained to do this and instincts kick in. Where with comedy, if you're bombing,
isn't it similar? If you're bombing,
because you're bombing and your mind just starts playing tricks on you, and you're just going to different places where, like in fighting, you sort of have to go. "Oh, I'm getting punched. I have to move from this now."
Sure. Okay.
I have to move. I have to grab him. I have to do this thing. There's a structure to it. Where if you're bombing, you don't know why you're bombing sometimes. This is funny before, where I know why I'm getting fucked up. I'm getting fucked up because I throw this and he slipped it and thrown the counter.
Yes.
He's just faster. Where when you're bombing, I'm like, why? But I thought I wrote this down in the morning. It was good. Now... Yeah.
Also,
not good.
Also, it crushed yesterday and 2 days ago.
Exactly.
Like, it was so funny. What am I...
Exactly.
And it's like a one word.
Exactly.
Or one something. Word. Or maybe one guy in the audience.
Well, and everyone else is scared.
Because of that one guy.
Especially at our level, like lower level.
Yeah.
Huge.
Well, it's hard to make comedians laugh. Comedians are tough laughers.
Yeah. True.
Because everybody...
And then some of them, you see some of them now... With the evil eye, they don't want to laugh.
If they don't
doing
want
well because they bombed, I'm not laughing.
Yeah,
I'm not going to laugh.
Yeah, no way.
I'm not going to laugh. I bombed. I'm going to laugh.
Oh yeah, well, because they're all in there and they all want to be. They think that if by giving you a laugh, that makes you better.
Yeah, exactly.
And it makes you better than them.
Yeah. And that's an insecurity thing, isn't it?
It is
all insecurity. Yeah.
And we're all on the same team because every comedian is not one. There are no two comedians that are similar.
Yeah.
Like everybody, like you could be Mitch Hedberg and do one-liners, or you could be Dan Cook and tell just long stories, or just
and that's
everybody's so different. So that's why stand-up is so
that's
weird.
But that's why authenticity is
so
important. You can't try to be someone. There's only one you. It's very similar to like life. You can only be yourself to be the best version of yourself for life.
Exactly.
Because the thing is though, the crowd can tell when you're not being you, when you're being something else.
Well, that's when they don't laugh.
Yeah.
When you're being the real you, then that's when you start crushing.
Yeah, exactly.
There's this guy I know I'll tell you who it is afterwards. I always see him at the mics.
Can't tell me now.
His whole no, not on the air.
Give me a clue.
What if he's going to be?
Who's watching this?
Yet? Oh, we're big in England.
The thing is though, but when it kicks up, who gives a fuck what this guy thinks?
Saying, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Then I'm going to bring him in as a guest and talk to him. But no, so Anthony Jeselnik does a certain time, like that's another different kind of.
He's next level different.
So there's
he's great.
One of our peers who just does exactly. Anthony.
Really,
it's like he's just I get it if you want to be influenced by him. But put your own spice on it. Like make it your own. But he just does it exactly like Jeselnik would do it, and it's never gets laughed. Like I feel bad. He's always commenting, and it's like I want to laugh.
What mic does he go to?
I've seen. I mean,
I've seen
him a lot at the B&J, the old B&J. Yeah, he's always around. I'll tell you who it is after.
Okay.
If you don't, I can't believe you don't know who I'm talking about.
That's Anthony. I mean, no idea who does the Anthony Jeselnik. No idea. I mean, tell me off. Whatever. But it's like you can't what I'm saying is just you can't. Like he clearly saw a comedian that he really likes. Yeah.
And then was like, I'm just gonna do exactly what he does.
Yeah.
But that's not what makes him you're not funny because you're impersonating Anthony Jeselnik.
No.
Anthony Jeselnik's funny because that's how Anthony Jeselnik does that.
Yeah.
You can have similar jokes like that, but do it like you.
Yeah.
Take
inspiration, take little bits, but not the full thing.
Do it because we're all influenced. Everybody's influenced by what you like.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
But you don't have to be that.
Yeah,
you don't have
to completely that.
Exactly.
Just copying a whole thing. Not your own flavor or whatever.
You got to put your own spice on or whatever you like because that's what makes you. And that's what that's what'll make an audience like you.
Yeah, of course. They can tell when you're being you, when you're not being you. I don't like people that.
They can feel. Well, that's like when you're. I've noticed when I'm in my head, like if I've just written down a joke, and I'm trying to remember it, it's just dead. Because because I know where I know, I'm just trying to remember, okay, I want to say this and this and this and this. But I'm on stage and they could see me trying to remember.
Yeah.
Instead of just me talking.
Going.
And then,
exactly. Exactly. Because you can't tell a joke the way you write it. You got to perform it. You got to.
It's
a different thing. It's a performance.
You can't.
Yeah.
You could do the joke a million times in the mirror before, and then get on stage, and it is going to be 0%.
Yeah. Different thing.
Dude.
Mate, fuck yeah. This has been cool.
Should we wrap this?
Yeah, let's wrap it.
Let's wrap this bet. Oh God, now I got to pull out my Swiffer again.
Mate, thank you so much. It's been great. I really enjoyed it.
Buddy, you better be back.
Hey, I'll be back. I'll come back every couple of weeks. I love this.
Can I be your Paulie when you fight next?
Yes.
I want to be Paulie. By the way, R.I.P. Paulie.
R.I.P. Paulie.
He did die.
But yeah, mate, maybe I'll have one more. I'm gonna let you know. Get the boys coming. Get the Irish coming. Get Chicago. Baby. Let's go.
Let's go. A pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much.
You got any shows coming up or what?
No fucking shows.
Me either.
Give me a show. Book me. Do anything. I need to get booked, for fuck's sake.
What's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Nico Stuts, Stuts. It's pronounced Stuts.
You got to spell it.
Pronounced Stuts.
Spelled
Nicostuts. Nico Stuts. My podcast is PC Hollywood. PC Hollywood. It's on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, We're cooking. We got something coming. Just keep watching.
We're
going to blow up just like this podcast.
Let's go.
Thank you very much, mate.
Oh, bro, anytime.
Thank you.
And I'm Tom Carlos Kelly. We'll talk to you soon.
Tom Carlos Kelly. Fuck yeah.
I got to throw that Latinx in there, baby. Peace.